9:33 on the dot, and we are back live on our social media channels because, well, we've had a plethora of guests this morning, from Narberth Food Festival to the Sport Pembrokeshire Awards, and now we're joined by Melissa and Rachel of ASD Family Help. Good morning to you both.
Morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. And you're here. You've got new workshops coming up in a couple of weeks' time. But before we talk about that in more detail, who are ASD Family Help and how can you support people in Pembrokeshire?
So ASD Family Help is an autism charity, but we don't just support autism. We support any neurodivergent ASD learning difficulties, those who are diagnosed or on a waiting list or feel they may be touched by autism in any way. So it's all quite diverse in that area. We were actually set up back in 2005 by three parents back in Berkshire, one of which is still our manager, who works very hard to keep us going. And so we have two branches down in Berkshire, and then when I moved down to Pembrokeshire a couple of years ago, we opened up ASD Family Help. So we've been going for about a year. I'd like to say I feel that we're doing really well. We've reached out to quite a few different people. We've supported, I would say, hundreds of people. We've been running workshops on all sorts of topics around autism, anxiety, emotional regulation, or the list could go on and on. We run these wonderful peer support groups, which I have some lovely parents and families that come along, and they support each other. The whole ethos of ASD Family Help is about connecting our families together so they don't feel so alone, and they can support each other. And then we're just there to facilitate that, give extra information.
I suppose the more families sort of get together and speak about their experiences, you feel less alone.
Definitely. And that has proven itself time and time again. And then these families go off and they meet on their own, and they get together with their children. So it's really good. So we offer a helpline service as well. So if people want to give us a call, we can give them sort of one-to-one support, around issues around the home, or if you're an adult and you think you may be autistic, or you're on that waiting list, then we can sort of talk that through and give you support as well. So then that's all within a year. So we're doing well.
And that's all within a year. Busy is what it sounds like. And Rachel, you're here with us as well this morning. And what's your role within ASD Family Help?
I'm a project manager within ASD Family Help, and we've just done a load of training for the staff and volunteers on sleep. It's called Sleep Talkers, the sessions that we're training our staff and volunteers on. And that was brought about by the National Sleep Charity that gave us free training to be able to pass that on to our staff and volunteers, so that we can go out and expand the support and the advice and the guidance and the signposting that we can give to our parents and carers on that topic. And then those sleep talkers, our volunteers and staff, can then go and help Melissa in her workshops that she's going to start doing end of September, isn't it? A week or so. So that there's more people there with experience and that training to sort of to give that support to families, really.
We all know that sleep is incredibly important for anybody of any walks of life. But Melissa, for the sleep for those that are neurodivergent, it has an extra importance. And that's what these workshops you're going to try and highlight and benefit families with.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, the statistics are just generally that about 40% of people can suffer from sleep issues. But when we start talking about the world of additional learning needs, we're looking, it raises to 80% of our young people can really suffer from sleep. And sleep deprivation is huge. It has a really big impact on us. It can affect our anxiety. It can affect things like our weight, our growth. It can have an impact on depression, on memory, our concentration levels at school. Yeah, it's more than I think what people realise. So we all need good levels of sleep.
our families here in Pembrokeshire are going to benefit from all the training that you've got?
Yeah.
And when is this going to be taking place? And what has made it possible to be able to bring these workshops to Pembrokeshire as well?
Okay. Well, first, it's made it possible through Comet Relief. So I want to say a big shout out to Comet Relief and thank you for the grant they've given us for us to run this service over the next year. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be running a series of workshops across the county. So they're made up of 2 parts because there's so much information to share that one workshop just wouldn't sort of give it worth. So they're 2 hours long, and we're talking about what is sleep, how does sleep impact us, and what can you do to improve our sleep hygiene, to make sure we're getting enough sleep. So we reach those 90% goals that we're aiming for. Sorry. So yes, and then following on from that, we'll be running sort of peer support groups, so follow-up groups. So how's it going? What's going well? What's not going well? So people will be able to come along to those just to touch base and again talk with each other.
Yeah.
And then we'll also be there to offer those one-to-one programs. I'm actually a qualified sleep practitioner. I was trained through the sleep charity a few years ago, and mainly because sleep has always come up as an issue. So, so I'm really, really hoping that this is going to change lives and young people's lives across Pembrokeshire.
Yeah. And for those that might be thinking, like when I immediately saw it, I thought, oh, a sleep workshop, is this going to be lying down with hot stones and incense and things like that? Is that the kind of thing that people can expect, or is it a bit more practical?
No, definitely not. Although that would be fun, wouldn't it? I could try and build that one in. So no, it's very practical. It's very, just again, it's all about knowledge and skills. And knowledge and skills is power, really. It's all about empowering our parents with knowledge. However, we do recognise, I won't lie to you, this isn't easy. So it can be a bit overwhelming. So it will be sort of supporting our families to sort of see what works for them. And sometimes there's some simple things that you can do that can make huge changes. So all those things we'll be looking at and discussing.
And thanks to the,
sorry, I was going to say, Rachel, you have been doing all of this training and you've got the tools to hopefully make families' lives better, giving them the tools and the information which you've been learning up on. And whereabouts are the workshops that you're going to be running here in the county? Have you got the places now that they're going to be held?
Yeah, so Melissa's starting them in person next week in Haverfordwest. And that's 2, isn't it, Melissa? So the 27th of September and the 4th of October to complete that one. And then in Milford, they start on the 9th of November and the 16th of November. And then you haven't got your online date sorted yet, have you? But
no, I tend to put things up term by term.
Yeah.
So once we get towards the end of this term, I'll be putting up sort of after Christmas the dates for them. So they will be moving they come into online. The one in January. The January is usually not so a nice time, so people can sit at home and do them online. And I expect I may do those in the evening actually. So
it's lovely to include everybody, isn't it? That you've managed to find venues in different areas and online for people, so there's something for everybody, hopefully.
Yeah, well, I think you've definitely covered that. We've got Milford Haven, Haverfordwest, Fishguard, and then, like you say, online as well. So watch for all those dates.
Yeah, and thanks to that grant from Comic Relief, it's free to attend. But how do people get on and book on to these free workshops?
The best way is to find us on our social media, our Facebook pages. All the details are always posted up there. We have a website as well that they can click on and find information on there. I've seen that you guys have kindly put it up on your webpage as well. So yeah, we do send it out to all schools and local authorities, and so really we want everyone to spread the word and let people know. But yes, just mostly through our social media, or give us a call and we can sort it out for you.
Fantastic. And they're looking for ASD Family Help, is that right?
Yes.
It's ASD Family Help Pembrokeshire.
ASD Family Help Pembrokeshire. So if you think you might benefit or learn something new or solidify some thought that you've got about trying to get a good night's sleep and actually getting that benefit from a good night's sleep by having the tools and resources for you and for your family, then ASD Family Help Pembrokeshire have got these free workshops coming up. Have a look. It is on our website as well, purewestradio.com, ASD Family Help Pembrokeshire, and learn something new and have a better night's sleep and start thriving a bit more in the daytime as well.
Yeah.
Melissa and Rachel, thank you so much. Is there anything else that you haven't had a chance to mention yet?
No, I don't think so. Look us up. Come join us. Come join the family.
It's a lovely, friendly group, and they're really welcoming. So there's a lot to learn, lots of tips and strategies.
Thank you.
Come up and join in.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for joining us here this morning on the Gina and Tom Breakfast Show here on Pure West Radio. And we look forward to having the sign-ups that you get and the people benefiting from these free workshops, thanks to Comic Relief. Melissa, Rachel, thank you so much. We're going to have a little bit of Jess Glynn now, All I Am. The time is 9:44 exactly here on Pure West Radio.